And good morning. Good morning. We are live. Good morning, everybody. I am Jennifer Nascimento with English Outside the Box, and I am broadcasting to you today from San Diego. So I would love to know where you are at. If you are watching live, thanks for joining me today. I know we have Luis from Brazil. We have Pauline from Paris. Then let me know where you're from in the chat. All right, so welcome. Today we're going to be talking about improving your English fluency. And we're talking about improving your English fluency with TV shows. Specifically, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite TV shows, Bloodline and Breaking Bad. I'm going to keep these glasses on. Bloodline and Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad and Bloodline are both TV shows that are not new, so they're going to be very easy to find on Netflix, on the internet, on different places that you can buy or rent or watch these TV shows. So it's going to be easy to find them and use them in this daily everyday English lesson. So I have a broadcast that I'm going to share with you today, a screen, if you will, and how you can use Bloodline, Breaking Bad, or really any TV show to improve your English. Now, remember, I help English learners like you improve your everyday English. And everyday English is the English that you need for your day-to-day life. So if you are living in the US, if you are working in the US, if you want to travel to the US, everyday English skills are going to help you do that. So how can you improve English with these TV shows? So with popular TV shows or any TV shows, you can obviously improve your listening. You can improve your vocabulary. However, today I'm going to show you how you can do more detailed listening practice, more focused listening practice. And I'm going to share with you how you can practice speaking by using a TV show today. So with TV shows, you can improve vocabulary, you can get listening practice, and you can do some speaking review. Vocabulary. So these are some example words: straggler, example idioms, to have the green light, an example phrasal verb that you can learn in episode 1 of Bloodline. Okay, so straggler, to have the green light and shut someone out. Now, these are vocabulary words that are really, really common in native English, in native speakers. These types of slang vocabulary words and idioms and phrasal verbs are used really commonly amongst native speakers. And when you watch TV shows, you can see how this type of language is used between English speakers. So you can see how common these things are. You can see how important they are for English fluency. And watching TV and learning vocabulary is a great way to hear how these words are used naturally in context. So again, it's going to give you the opportunity to learn real, common vocabulary words, not vocabulary words from a textbook or from a list of words that are just not commonly used, etc., etc. So is there any vocabulary phrase or idiom here that you know? I want you to write these words down, either in the chat or on a piece of paper. And if you know what the definition of any of these words mean, then try to take a second and write them on your own. Write the definition on your own. I'm going to give the definition for you in a minute, but I want to give you a second to try to do it on your own. So some of you are writing them. Straggler. We'll go over the pronunciation while you're writing these down. Straggler, to have the green light, shut someone out. So straggler, to have the green light, to shut someone out. Okay, so let's begin with the vocabulary word straggler. As you know, in English, it's really common for words that describe people, for nouns that describe people, to have an ER ending. Straggler is going to describe some kind of person. It's going to define a person, a straggler, someone who's left behind. Can anyone else add to that definition? Maybe you've seen it in context. So think about someone who is left behind because they move slower, or they just become separated from the group. Maybe they get distracted and they separate from the group. Yes, so as Nandish wrote in the chat, straggler is a person who is left behind. So a person who is separated from the group because they're slower, they're distracted, or for some reason they are left behind, they're slower than the rest of the group. So remember, straggler is describing a person, so it is a noun. For example, John is such a straggler. He is a straggler. He is a person who moves slower, who's easily distracted, who's often left behind. To have the green light, some people in the chat have already said it, means you have the permission to do something. You have the permission to do something. You're able to start doing something. So you all have the green light to start writing the definition. You have the green light to start working on the project. When you have the green light, you have the okay, the permission to do something. Somebody made a comment that straggler does sound similar to struggler, but the vowel sound is definitely different. We have stra with an A, straggler, and then we have the U, struggler, straggler, struggler. Finally, to shut somebody out. When you shut somebody out, you close yourself emotionally to somebody, or you make yourself unavailable to somebody. So when you shut someone out, you make yourself unavailable, maybe emotionally, and you are trying to remove somebody or get somebody out of your life. Dora says to shut somebody out means to stop people from continuous grumble or spreading gossip. No, I think that you could maybe say to shut someone up. If you shut someone up, you can make them stop talking and stop spreading gossip or information. To shut someone out is when you close yourself emotionally to somebody. You don't want to be open. You don't want to share your life, share your emotions, share your personal situation. So I knew my friend was upset because she shut me out. Normally she tells me everything, but she shut me out. so I knew something was wrong. So these are examples, again, of vocabulary words that are different than words you would see in a textbook, common language between native speakers, idioms that you can see in context, and phrasal verbs that you can see in context. So using TV shows, again, is a great way for you to introduce yourself to real, naturally used, common language and expressions. So how can you identify this new vocabulary? How can you use TV shows to learn new vocabulary? So you can definitely do it while you watch, while watching. So you can actively try to watch a TV show with the purpose of learning and practicing English. And you can get a piece of paper, get a pen, sit down with the TV show, and while you watch, you can write down the new expressions that you hear. You can write down the new idioms or phrases that you don't understand, and you can make a list while you watch. After you watch, you can then define all of those words, define the words, and you can learn them in that way, okay? While reading, so you can also improve reading with TV shows, yes, by reading the subtitles. You can read the subtitles and learn a new language, absolutely. And just to clarify, there are many ways, a lot of ways that you can learn vocabulary, improve your listening, and do speaking practice. There are a lot of different ways. Today, we're just focusing on TV shows like Breaking Bad and Bloodline. So you can write them down on a piece of paper. So the problem with watching and learning vocabulary is that while you're watching TV, you're going to be focusing on writing down the words. Maybe you'd have to stop and rewind to listen again and write down the words you didn't understand. And while you watch, you still might not have an understanding of the TV show. Because if there are new expressions and new vocabulary, maybe you don't understand the context, maybe you don't understand what's going on. So while you watch is a way that you can identify, but it might not help you understand the TV show as you watch it. So today, I want to share with you some worksheets. So some worksheets and things that you can use to watch TV shows like Breaking Bad and Bloodline. So pre-created worksheets, which are worksheets that are created before you watch, are an excellent way to improve vocabulary and to improve vocabulary before you watch the TV show. So imagine if you had a piece of paper, if you had a worksheet that had all of the new vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs written down before you watched. So you have the opportunity to learn new words, learn new definitions, and practice vocabulary before you watch the TV show. So that way, when you actually watch the TV show, you have already learned the vocabulary words and you are able to follow along to understand the TV show much easier and with a higher fluency. And don't you worry, because I have those worksheets for you. Woohoo! So who's excited to get some of these worksheets? Who's excited to download two episode worksheets to improve vocabulary and to practice listening and speaking? So I understand that you cannot see the worksheets here. It's because it's a lot of information. But what you can see is the top of this sheet on each of these has vocabulary words and definitions. A lot of information, way too much information to share in this live lesson or on this screen. That's why you have the ability to download these worksheets today. So the top of this, these are the first two episodes. Okay, episode 1 of Breaking Bad and episode 1 of Bloodline. So you can see that on Breaking Bad, there's 25 new words and idioms, and Bloodline has 36 plus other vocabulary. So tons of vocabulary from these worksheets. Breaking Bad has vocabulary like echinacea, hold something against someone, a ride-along, to turn someone in, a basket case. Bloodline has words like to be good to go, to poach someone, MIA, on the fritz, to leave someone stranded. So a lot of language that you can learn. You can way too much information for this lesson, absolutely, Louise. But using these worksheets before you watch a TV show is a great lesson that you can do once a week, 2 or 3 times a week, and adding this to your study habit is fun, engaging, interactive, so it's really a really great way. I'm going to share with you the link later. Well, let me just put it here in the chat. So the easiest way is to use the short bit.ly link. Okay, and I'm going to put this into the chat now. It's bit.ly/TV worksheets. I'm going to have the link on the end of the slide, and I have just put it into the chat box. Okay, so there we go. So moving on. We can also practice listening. So I want to show you how we can practice listening skills. By using these TV worksheets, you can also do more focused comprehension listening practice, because these worksheets also have comprehension questions for you to check the understanding. Oh, I have a typo here. I'm so sorry, guys. Check your understanding of the story. This should be understanding, ing. Apologies. So the comprehension questions are going to allow you to check your comprehension of the story. Do you understand what's going on? The plot, the story that's happening, the language that's created throughout the script. The comprehension questions are going to help check your understanding of that. It's going to help you check the understanding of the language. It's really going to give you the opportunity to check your understanding of irony, sarcasm, the way that English speakers use intonation and rhythm and their pronunciation to give different meanings. So some of the comprehension questions on this worksheet will test and check your understanding of that. So it's a great way for you to practice listening and understanding native English speakers or just the English language. Comprehension questions are going to include true or false questions. They're going to include multiple choice. They might include open-ended answers that you'll have to write down what you understand, maybe things that are a little bit more subjective. So you are going to be able to download it that way or do that with these worksheets. Finally, speaking. So all of these worksheets also have discussion questions, which are questions that create and promote discussion and conversation. In addition, if you do not get these worksheets, an idea for you to use a TV show to talk about and improve speaking skills is with a conversation partner, a friend, a family member. You can talk about the show. You can make personal connections. How do you relate? How does your life relate to the TV show? And you can use the new language and use the new vocabulary that you hear. The TV worksheets also have discussion questions that I've created about each episode to help you create a conversation about what you watched. So I checked the link this morning. The link should work. So Clash Supercell games, I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe you could tell me what the error message is and I could help understand why you are not able to download it, because the link should work. So as a review, you can download my TV worksheets today to practice vocabulary, comprehension questions and to get discussion questions. This is going to help build your everyday English fluency with vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs. Practice your listening comprehension and your listening skills with comprehension questions. And you're going to be able to improve your speaking skills by using the discussion questions. So here is the link for your free download. You have a free download for episode 1 of Bloodline and episode 1 of Breaking Bad. You can go to bit.ly/TV worksheets. bit.ly/TV worksheets. And let's just, it probably won't work there. So bit.ly, we'll just go right up here, bit.ly/TV worksheets. And you can see that you can get your TV worksheets right here. So this is the link you should see, and then you'll want to get that and tell me where I need to send the email to. And that is going to include your TV worksheets with all of that information. So again, bit.ly/TV worksheets. Remember, everyone, that I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. I'm going to come back to you live. Here we are. So remember, everybody, that this live YouTube lesson is going to be available on my learning blog on Tuesday with a full English lesson, more information, more details, examples, sentences, the links to download these worksheets. The full English lesson is going to be available for you on Tuesday. In addition, I have hundreds of English lessons on my blog that you can start using and learning today. If you haven't been to the blog, if you're new, welcome. Go over to EnglishOutsideTheBox.com and you can review various free English lessons, videos, and information to help you improve your English skills. This week, we're talking about how to use TV, like Breaking Bad and Bloodline, to improve your English skills. I've shared with you how to improve vocabulary, listening, and speaking skills by using the TV worksheets that I've created for you. So you can download those with the link that I gave you, bit.ly/TV worksheets. And remember, you can watch this video again and read the full English lesson on Tuesday on EnglishOutsideTheBox.com. I hope that I've helped you with your English fluency today. Let's see, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pop back into the chat. The link doesn't work. Abdullah, the link is working well. Yes. So I just showed you on my screen here. This is the link again. I'm not sharing my screen with you anymore, sorry. So the link does work. We checked it on, and I see that some people are doing the, the link is working. So the link is definitely working, all right? So you guys can get that, download that, start improving your English today. Check the blog. A blog is an online website with lessons, information, and things that you can review. So that's available for you at EnglishOutsideTheBox.com. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me this morning. This morning for me, your afternoon or your evening. Thanks for learning and sharing your English journey with me. I will see you next week. Don't forget to come back every Saturday for live English lessons right here on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel and don't forget to share it with your friends. Happy Saturday, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.